I don't know if I'm okay. I don't see the light of day. Looking up to higher ground, thinking that'll be your sweet escape. These days gotta schedule the romance. They say that love is a slow dance. A short bike ride to the crib, using no hands. Oh, did it feel like I'm floating? But I'm falling with both eyes closed when I let the world spin. Testing the water, she got my nerves tense. Back when I ain't even have a purpose, I was so eager to learn some things. Anxiety bring out the worst in me. Society paint me as enemy. My making it by that remedy. I'm more occasional, don't do it regularly. Backs under my eyes, weighing down heavily. Mama been worried, the devil allegedly deep in the plan. Subconsciously wanted it since I was 10. I thought I was sharp on my scroll and my pen thinking dead. So mama found she to them legs. She told me that's not who I am. But nowadays I put on for the fam, see it when I can. I'm surrounded by my feelings, I'm stuck on a Ferris wheel. I bet I perish with 140 acres. She want the horse and the carriage, a porcelain portion of garbage. I talk to the mirror, I know that life's not the fairest. I lost my can, I can't pay off the bills with the blessing. Not sure I relate to the Reddit page. It's feeling like money is everything. Money is everything. It's everything I need. Till I lay my eyes on you. I don't know what this is, yeah, but it feel like it's real, baby. I don't wanna pretend, no. I just wanna come clear, wanna see you again. I wanna see you again. I wanna see you again. Yeah, young. The thing, this was everything I need, right? Not so fun to change, I'm too caught up in my own.
What up, yo? What's going on?
What's happening?
Where we at, brother? Where we at?
Hey, man. End of the month, bill time. Time to pay them bills. That's where we at.
We're going to start off with some reality, huh? Okay, like that.
Look, rent is due. Yes, rent is due on the 1st. Let's get it.
All the time. Let me get the branding down right here. What's up with you now? We see you, folks. Dad is in the building. Hello, sir. Yeah, you know, we go from one to the other. Laura, we see you. Appreciate you for jumping in. I know you were over there on the other tape. Man, you know, it's what we do. This is what we do.
I'm proud of you because you're out there making big things happen. It's like, hey, you got a show right before mine. You got like a 20-minute break, and then it's like, hey, we're going to go start talking tech. So that's awesome, man.
I got 5 minutes to change shirts and put on Keely's shirt, right? And yeah, no, for real. What's up? Hit the spot 10:06 in the building. Keep us on target here.
She's gonna keep us honest.
Yeah, make sure we don't mess up. Look here, brother. Let's go and get started. Right, we got a lot to talk about. It was a busy week. I know we were surprised by some things for our Week in Tech segment. And look, I'm just gonna leave it alone, and I'm just gonna let you get into it because our eyes have seen. Well, I'm not gonna get to preaching, but talk to us about what you got, brother. Week in Tech.
All right, man. So for me, this product here, the ZV-E10 by J5 Create, I think you can see their name in the back of the right there. I definitely gonna give them a shout out because I've already done a review on this, and I did not know what this thing can do until you said, hey, I'm looking to live stream an event that's coming up in your area, and you wanted to know if you can do it. And I guess you reached out to their team and you were like, hey, so for the ones who do not know, this is a dual capture card. So, you know, the ones that are streaming or are in the streaming game, you can use 2 cameras with 1 device as opposed to buying separate capture cards. So what that means is you can have camera 1, camera 2, you can even do picture in picture. That's what I originally thought it was for. But James, took it to another level and said, "Hey, I
Watch out
wonder
now.
if I can stream." And I said, "Well, go get the JVAO2. That's what you need." So I said, that'll work. But he said, "No, I think I want to know if this JVAO6 can do something." And last night, I don't know, I sent you the video. I don't know if you can pull it up or not, or we'll just have to use it for another video. The Facebook video that I text you, I don't know if you can pull that up on my brand page on Facebook. But this thing right here, oh my God.
Ooh-wee. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me get you in full screen right there. Talk to us about the JVAO6, brother.
Okay, so last night I was like, I have it. So since I have it, let's see if it works. So I literally plug that white cord in as the host. So that goes in from my phone into that part right there. You see the HDMI is plugged into the camera, and I got the camera zoomed in so we can get a great shot of this. And then we also have the microphone plugged into the JVAO6. Do not plug it in the camera. We were not able to get audio. But you can only use one camera, but you can literally be live out in the field with this device here. So, me, hold on, let me switch it back a little bit.
Let's go ahead and get focused, brother. Go and get focused.
Hold on. You know me, I'm like, I just dropped a lot of money for this live view solo on top of paying all this money for all this Wi-Fi and internet, speed just to be able to do what I want to do. And this thing right here has basically, this thing right here said download the app. You can either pay the monthly fee or you can pay the yearly fee. I think is $79 or $89. And you can literally stream live. And then it even has power delivery. So if you have a portable power, you didn't hear me. I said portable power.
Say it one more time for folks, because this is really important what we're talking about, right? I know we're being a little flippant about it, but this is really important.
Portable power. So that means you can literally take this and you can go, if you get a big portable power pack, you could literally go for like 8 hours with this thing connected to your DSLR camera, mirrorless camera, and you can go live. And it gives you that crystal clear quality. You talking about somebody, hold on, let me put myself back on the face. Let me put myself back on the screen. You talking about somebody who's been, no, I'm mad because I spent, and I'm not knocking the other product. I'm not, because I like it, but it costs too much. And J5 Create gave this to me back in January, and we didn't know that it could do all of this. So if you are into the live streaming game, if you want to be live, you want to save you some money, I highly recommend you look at this product right here.
Right here.
Now, I will say, you do need to go get you a Wi-Fi hotspot and be able to go with that, because you never know what somebody else's internet is. So, you have your own dedicated hotspot. So I'm a little mad. I'm a little sad. I'm a little perturbed. But, I also know I have other options. So, now there's some other kinks that we want to work out, and hopefully J5 Create will be able to come onto the show. I'm sending out a public invite to J5 Create. I know our show is at 8 o'clock, but help us, help you.
We'll pre-record.
And, well, see, we even have the capabilities to do that. But come on to the show, because this was my week in tech. And when I tell you, I was impressed with this thing right here last night. I didn't go to bed at 2 o'clock because I was like, what in the world?
I know, because you were calling me.
What in the world? The JVAO6 by J5 Create. I don't be excited by a lot of products. Last week's product did the trick with Ethan and fledging with the spruce. I was really impressed with that. I mean, these are solid products, James. I know we're going over my time because I know you got your week in tech, but I'm sorry. I just want you to understand, if you are into the live streaming game, this is a game changer. That's it. Point blank, period.
No, it really is. And so folks, here's the scoop, right? And I'm gonna throw J5 Create slightly under the truck just a little bit, because the JVAO6 is built only as a dual capture card, right? All of their marketing says that. It does not speak to the full capability. So I think they're literally leaving money on the table and leaving product on the shelves, but by not saying the true value of it. Mobile live streaming capabilities. This is what us content creators are looking for when the world starts to open up. Tallboy, you get out there in the streets and you're filming concerts, you're filming red carpets. You don't have to carry a whole bunch of extra gear. You just have to carry that little device there attached to your DSLR, which you already have. Bring your phone, bring a battery pack, Belkin or whomever the battery pack is that you have, and you have a full live streaming gear setup right there. So J5 Create, talk to us. We loved having you on that IG live session. That was great. We definitely want to talk to you about the JV-E10 versus JV-E10 and then some value that this brings. So I'm happy that you got some joy out of your product there. So that's good stuff. We see you in the building, Mr. Gilliland. Appreciate you for joining, brother.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Lance?
Yeah.
The busy man. Man.
That's it. Look at Rich in there. Yeah, he knows. I changed the T-shirt, but I'm still rocking. I got to stay branded some kind of how, some kind of way. So appreciate you for joining, brother. Appreciate you for joining. My week was slightly less exciting, but it was decent as well. I got an OM4 from DJI. I got the handheld gimbal for that wedding that I'm gonna be live streaming. So that's going to be used, but I'm going to take advantage of the JV-E10 as well and still attach my camera to that and kind of have dual angles, because I don't want to just be out there half baked with the requirement that they have for me to actually do this live stream. So yeah, I got the OM4 handheld gimbal, and I'm gonna figure out how to get that JV-E10 up and going.
Now, what would be cool is if we can literally have someone remotely do the wedding, have like the overlays and stuff like that, and maybe not the wedding, but then you could be live at the wedding and you can have someone like putting pictures and stuff like that up. I don't know if it's available for Ecamm or iOS devices, but I do know that it is available for PC. So maybe me in Atlanta bring you in on a feed, and then I'm there supporting you for your event in California or whatever city that you're in. So I think that would be pretty dope. So once we figure that out, I mean, can you just imagine what that would do? How much of that's the tech product of the year, bro.
Yeah, look, there's two products, and one of them we're going to talk about a little bit later that's pretty relevant to content creators, but this one as well, this JV-E10, folks, don't sleep on this. Go take a look at it, j5create.net, I believe it is, right?
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, .net or .com we'll run over. So
you just type in J5 Create, it'll come up. It will come up, but it's called the JV-E10.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. The J stands for, I think he said that was their series brand or something like that. Remember, I asked him I forgot, but I definitely just remember JV-E10. Just remember that. And don't get the JV-E10, get the JV-E10.
Go and step up and get the 06. Yeah, you'll definitely be satisfied.
The website is en.j5create.com. So you have to put the en for English because they're a global company. .j5create.com. So
boom.
There you go.
There's a plug right there. And I see Hit the Spot is talking about this stash party, right? I'm coming. Don't get it twisted. Tonight is actually important. It's actually funny. You see, I got the little beat playing in the background. Shouts out to Stash with the beat. Hold on, let me turn that beat down. That's a little loud.
He's killing me right now. There you go.
That's how they have it playing on the website, though. Just blaring speakers, just rumbling them house speakers in the back of your car, like I did in my Scirocco. But let me go ahead and claim this. So, Airbnb and Delta, they are doing a contest, I believe, to where they're giving away vacation with Airbnb and the air travel through Delta. So get on this, folks. Again, if you're not part of Stash, if you're not taking advantage of this financial opportunity, you see my link down there at the bottom. Get in on it. You can get $20 of stock just by using my link there. I just get I think I get just a little kudo, a little head nod. But again, you as the new subscriber get most of the benefit from this. So definitely check out Stash and their stock party tonight, Airbnb and Delta Airlines. We about to get back in the streets with this, but look, don't let me win. Don't let me win, and don't let Hit the Spot.
Look, I said hit the spot, and James is over here getting money. So they getting this money over here. So yesterday, somebody decided to go to sleep. No
Yes.
names needed.
Yes, sir.
But they missed out on that MGM grand yesterday. That was the first time I ever invested. I tried to
Nice.
use your link, but come to find out, I signed up years ago. I think it was like 2018, I want to say, but I forgot all about it. I had to go find the old
You were
password,
sleeping on it.
and I'm in. So I didn't even know what I had, but hey, I'm in there. So look, we all gonna be getting this money.
We trying to get it, brother. We're gonna come up in 2021, 2022. All right now. All right. Let's go ahead and move on, brother. Where you want to start? I'm gonna give you the option to tell me where you want to start, because I've always got my rants that I can go into, but we can definitely go the route that you're interested in starting with today.
Oh, you know what I want to go to? I want to go to Google is developing switch the Android app for iOS to copy data.
Why did I have that one already keyed up?
So for the ones who do not know, I'm just going to tell you right now, we did not have any show prep before because I had some issues, shall we say. So I'm just going to we didn't even talk about run a show. So we're just going off the top of the dome.
It's all good.
And that's just what it is. But you want to talk about it, or you want me to talk about it?
This is all you. This is your wheelhouse. It was my story, but it's all in your wheelhouse. But I think
your story, and I was like, "Look at God!
Yeah.
Look at God!" If you've seen the promo, it was like, "Is James going to make the switch?"
Yes.
So basically, Google is developing switch the Android app for iOS, and basically, you can copy your data and your apps from your iPhone, and basically, it allows you to copy the most important data from your iPhone and bring over your apps. Basically, the official way to bring data from your iPhone to a new Android device is to back everything into Google Drive and then download it again on your new phone. It backs up your most important data and photos, but not your apps or anything you don't directly tell it to back up. Android's official data restore tool got an update recently, and they noticed mentions of Google developed switch the Android app for iOS, similar to the Apple's move to iOS app for Android. So Google's already been doing this. Droid's been doing it, but now Apple is saying, "Hey, let's jump on this." So it's not clear how it would work beyond Google having a table that knows the Android equivalent of various iOS and apps and installs them from the Play Store. Of course, any paid apps wouldn't be able to carry over without purchasing the Android version. Yeah. So for now, switch the Android app is not yet in the App Store, but it should be a matter of time considering the app has had the move to iOS app available for well over 5 years. Basically, about time. Are you gonna make the jump, man? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. Are you gonna make the jump and you gonna come over to Google Pixel?
Look,
let me know, brother.
Look, I've been back and forth. I told you a few months ago I actually had an LG Wing in my checkout in my cart at Verizon because I wanted to get that before they got rid of them, since LG's gotten out of the cell phone business. I am not against Android. I've had Samsungs, I've had LGs, I've had a lot of other brands as well. I'm just so ingrained in the Apple ecosystem that still has to be my primary device. I would not have any problem getting a Samsung S21 and shooting, what is that, 6K video. Look, 120 hertz screen. I love that. I would love to have that. Again, it's just so much of my life and my extended family's life revolves around the Apple iOS ecosystem that I can't make it my primary driver. But this is a good move, I think, really for Apple to allow this, because they are so tight with what actually goes in the App Store that it's a lot closed as opposed to the Google App Store. So I think it's fair competition. I think it just means that Apple is being neutral to this. Look, if you want to go Apple, if you want to go Android, fine. You go ahead. Here's an easy way to transition back and forth, because again, like you said, it was already in the Google Store for folks going from iOS to Android. So I don't see any problem with this. I will probably still buy a Android device. I'm waiting for the next Pixel, to be honest with you, because I want a stock Android device in my arsenal, just so I can do some beta testing and things like that. Yeah, look, Rich knows it, man. Look, this is what I'm saying. I'm Apple to the core, to the bad core.
Well, we
I
go
got,
back and forth.
well, where
Yeah.
my books at? The cult of Mac. I'm sitting here. I bleed Steve Jobs green or whatever color it is, but I recognize that this is a good thing for people. Lance brings up an interesting point about security issues, right? And Lance is really focused from his profession on security aspects, holes, malware, and things like that. So that's always been an issue, right? Android has typically been the first ones to get hacked, but it's almost that bar is starting to change now. I think it's becoming more even. The interesting point about what you mentioned though about the apps, right? Because again, they're a whole different app system. You can't say I own an app on the iOS side and then just say, you know what, that paid app that I'm paying for, like Day One, the one I use for journaling, I can't just automatically switch over to the Android version. I'm gonna have to come up with some cash. So that's something they got to work out and figure out, because I think users and subscribers and owners of an iOS version of the app are going to be kind of frustrated when they have to repurchase the new app or the same app on the other platform.
Hey man, I would love to see you make the switch.
I know.
I don't know if I would make the switch, but I, it's almost time for me to get a new phone. And I've been looking at these foldables, and I've also been looking at, and one of the articles that we were going to talk about today was how OnePlus is really doing well. But the stories that I selected were, I felt a little bit more powerful for the time and for what's going on. But I love the foldable. So if Google Pixel can come out with a foldable, that would be great. I contemplated for all of 5 seconds of saying whether or not I wanted to go with iOS or not. And I mean, literally it was 5 seconds. And it was like, I would love to do it, but I could just see you rolling over talking about he finally,
man, look, I would go
entered
pay the lotto
hemisphere.
that night, and I'd go buy everyone in the neighborhood, a 2-piece or something, at the spot.
I
So
mean, it literally was like 5 seconds, and it was like, maybe just try it, tall boy. Just try it. And I was like, no. So I think that this is great, honestly. I mean, I know we're just rambling real briefly, but I think this is great to see. Like I said, you could already do this for Android, but you can't do it for Google,
correct.
as you mentioned earlier.
Correct.
And it's been for 5 years they've had this available. And you're telling me that you're just now making this available. I think when we were talking last week, it was like there's no reason why apps should not be able to be on the Android and iOS ecosystem. There's just no reason, like why should they not have the same rollouts, the same features, and we all test. But to see this happen and say, hey, I want to get rid of my Apple and I want to switch over to Android, you can transfer some of those same apps. Maybe Google and iOS might be willing to play nice within the next 10 years. You just never know.
You never know. Time will tell. I think consumers, we will win either way, right? Let the folks in those corporate boardrooms and conference rooms fight it all out, but we as the consumers will win. Hopefully prices will level out or hopefully go down. Good Lord, because look, we're paying $1,000 right now for these devices in our pocket. And here's another rant, folks. Get insurance on your mobile phone, please, because if that screen breaks and you got to end up paying $400 or $500 or whatever, your phone has 3 screens on it. Imagine what insurance would be on something like that.
I've gone through 2 LG V60s already. Thank God for insurance. I hate that Spider-Man phone. I really hate that Spider-Man phone. You drop it and it just shatters and it's like, oh my God. So, but insurance is key. Some, depending on who your carrier is, you may have to buy those phones outright.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind the lease to purchase plans, I highly recommend you do that insurance.
Yeah.
And you can even jump out of the phone, after you paid half of the bill, you can say, hey, I don't want this anymore. I want to try something else. Go for it.
That's one subscription you don't mind paying for, huh? The insurance.
For the phone, yeah. I mean, because there's always new phones that's coming out, and Xiaomi has a new phone that's coming that I'm looking at, but I don't know if it's going to come into the T-Mobile
Mm,
sector. I don't know.
yeah.
So I think Google Pixel was talking about a foldable phone, which would be pretty cool. Love to see how that would look. LG, you were talking about $1,000 phones. Their next phone, they just discontinued they just discontinued their notes, and they're pushing the fold,
Okay.
or their fold, and they're talking about $1,700 that they're pushing. So you're talking about 1,000, they're talking about 1,700.
Well, look, Sony's got one. Sony's got their phone that they say is built for us content creators, right? And it's $2,400, folks. Now, again,
That's a computer.
that's crazy, right? Again, in your pocket, $2,400. But Sony is the company behind all you sports fans. When you're out there and you see people on the court, people on the field, and you're getting that phenomenal new shot with the bokeh, with the blurred background, and it almost looks like a Madden game. They're using Sony full frame cameras, so you almost think that same type of glass they're putting in their phones and mobile accessories as well. So just think about it. You get what you pay for a lot of times. No one wants to pay $2,400 for a phone, but you see what they look like when you watching the NBA finals, and you got you got Giannis coming up, and he looks like it's a cartoon as opposed to just being him exactly. So
Wow. Well, speaking of that, I guess this is a great segue for the next topic, the Tokyo Olympics.
yeah,
Have you been
you
watching?
watching the games?
You know what? I've been watching a few of them. I'm not really into the Olympics, believe it or not. I
Okay.
like to see the track, but because of the situation with the young lady,
Yeah.
we all know that situation. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to watch this, but I've been watching this swimming, and this swimming is awesome. And just to see the virtual watch parties, this is pretty awesome because they're able to go back to the winner's hometown, and you can get that live feed of a virtual reaction, a live action that's virtual,
Mm-hmm.
uh, or a live reaction that's virtual. I mean, that is really cool. So the topic was how to stream the summer games. So yes, they're all on NBC, but they have other ways that you can watch. And basically, because of the pandemic, the organizers of the games have made the decision not to have live spectators at the events for the first time in the Olympics history.
Yeah. Nobody's there.
Um, right, nobody, unless you're an athlete or you're a judge. That's it. The fact that you won't be able to physically attend isn't going to matter because NBC will be broadcasting and or streaming thousands of hours of the 20, I don't know, do you call it the 2020 or the 2021 Tokyo Olympics over the next few weeks? So you won't be missing out.
Yeah.
Um, quite naturally, you can watch on NBC, but you can also, with your smart TV, smartphone, tablet, and pretty much any device where you can watch sports. Basically, you can stream the games anywhere. So
Yeah.
Peacock is one of them. And basically, they have a plan that says you can watch pretty much all of the games. You can stream the major events such as the men's and women's gymnastics, swimming, track and field, wrestling. I think I even saw something with I don't, what's the one where they're playing like volleyball in the pool? What's
Water
that
polo.
one?
Water polo.
Okay, well, I saw
Yeah.
that last night. But Peacock has the full highlights, event replays, and then they're also even doing like not documentaries, but they're doing like pieces on certain athletes. And I was watching some of that last night on Peacock. The only
Yeah.
catch is with Peacock, um, they're basically saying you can stream all of the games, but the only events that will require a paid Peacock premium subscription to watch and stream will be the U.S. men's basketball matches.
What they need to do,
And
the men need to start winning some games before I pay for it. Well, I
yeah,
won't. I
you're
won't. I
gonna pay
won't get into that.
$4.99.
But they can't be losing all these games and gonna have me paying for it. But I'm sorry.
So not to take away from what you just said, or take away from this story, but that's, as an American, that's like considered a sense of arrogance that we've had.
No,
And I'm
true.
not trying
No,
to be
true. No, I
not trying to
agree.
be not trying to be disrespectful, but because the global game has gotten better, your NBA, your your two-time NBA MVP is now this year's finals champion,
Yes.
and this year's MVP um, is also an international player. So, I mean, the Americans are great, and we're always looked at and touted at as we're the best. But these guys know how to play team ball over in these different countries.
Look at
And
Rich with the
you
go
have
team Great Britain. Go ahead. I love it. I
to.
love it.
So this is not to take anything away, but I just from this story, but I just want us to understand that, you know, the NBA is saying, how did they come up with saying you got to pay us $4.99 a month for ads or $9.99 a month without ads just to be able to watch those basketball games?
I tell you what, you come back tomorrow and you be a guest on Team No Sleep tomorrow, because we're gonna bring that up, because that's a key point right there as well. But again, here's another subscription, right? Because you, I'm gonna make it right. You would personally be interested
Pay for the subscription
in seeing that, right? You'd be personally interested in seeing that. So would you pay for the without ads or with ads so you can catch all the NBA games? Or you just gonna watch them on regular TV?
I'm just gonna catch the highlights
Because
because I no disrespect, but YouTube has it set up where they give you the highlights a couple
Yes.
hours after the game, and
Yeah.
they show you every basket that's scored, and you literally watch it in less than 10 minutes. So you don't have to wait for the free throws. You don't have to watch the timeouts and the commercials. You can just literally watch the highlights, and you're like, oh, okay, well, this person scored. They don't show you the defensive or the highlight plays unless there's a dunk or a major block, but
Yeah.
you can literally catch the flow of the game, especially if you understand it. So for me, I think that watching on YouTube the highlights is, for me, I don't need to pay $4.99. You can
Yeah.
have that, and I'm only going to pay what 1 month because the games are only
Only 2 weeks anyway. So yeah.
2 weeks anyway. So I'm basically paying for 1 month and then I'm canceling. The goal is for Peacock to get you to forget that you paid
There
for
it
that
is.
$4.99,
There it
$9.99.
is.
$9.99 or $4.99. That's the goal. And then now you're stuck with a subscription for 3 or 4 months, and you're like, I just threw away $20.
Yeah, you forget that you're paying for it, right? I mean,
Right.
I like the fact that they're doing a lot of these extra specials, those behind the scenes kind of those E60 type of ESPN types of things about the athletes. And you know, anytime you bring Simone or Naomi or Ledecky, you know, some of those athletes, I want to know what's driving them. I want to hear the behind the scenes. Personally, I'm not sure I'm as interested in seeing. I love them both. I'm not as sure I want to be seeing the Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg recap. I'd rather
Neither
watch.
one
I'd
of
rather
them
watch
are
the
athletic.
lab. I'd rather
Yeah.
tune into to the lab than to see that and pay $4.99. Now, if y'all want to buy us a coffee and contribute to our channel, that would be phenomenal as well. But again, I think I'm not paying for the Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg show when I'm really focusing on the athletes and the games. Look, we've been watching volleyball too. I've been trying to watch a little rugby. I'm trying to get into these Olympics, right? And shouts out to Keely Dunn as well. She's been covering and talking about the Olympics every single night since the game started. So not just the field hockey aspect, but just the games in and of themselves. So, you know, I haven't watched this as much as I want to, because just like you were saying, right, there's nobody in the stands. So you lose 40% of the energy. But, you know, the focus is always on the athletes too, though.
But in all fairness, that reaction of the family back home, and then they can show it to the family, because that girl from Alaska, she won the other
Yes.
day, and when she
That was
won,
dope.
you saw you saw her family down in Orlando. You saw the people down in Texas, I want to say, or
Yeah.
maybe in Alaska,
Watching the
and
race.
they
Yeah.
were literally just celebrating, and then they were able to play it back. So when she was able to see their reaction,
Yeah.
that was an awesome experience. I mean, I got cold chills just saying I just won. She's only a college student,
Yeah.
and she won a gold medal. And I mean, they were literally just, and then they were rooting for her, and then they just turned around and played the replay back for her. And it's like, that's got to be a warm feeling when you
Yeah.
know that you're away from home and you can have that instant reaction to
No,
see
that's
what
true.
your family is doing. So
That's
I
true.
think that's the cool part.
That's true. And especially, I mean, you mentioned about people's ages, right? So I've been watching a little skateboarding too. The gold
Okay.
medal winner for skateboarding is 13 years old. That's pretty cool. right? And Tony Hawk is there, so he for some of y'all young folks who aren't 40 or 50 years old like Tallboy and I, he is the de facto skateboarder out there. He is the one that really popularized skateboarding, and to see a 13-year-old win the gold, I think it was a 13-year-old and won the silver as well, and then an old 16-year-old won the bronze, right? But again, it's that kind of aspect. So pretty cool. Hey, put in the comments, right? If you guys are watching the Olympics, if you're streaming the Olympics, if you pay that $4.99 or $9.99 for the next 2.5 weeks to catch the men's basketball, or is it even worth it? I don't know if it's worth it. I'm really in line with what you're saying, that Peacock is trying to hope you forget that you're coughing up $5 every month just for the games, and next thing you know, you're watching old episodes of I don't know whatever.
Griffith Show.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So
Night Court.
oh, man, you flash back with that one. He said Night Court, and look at this. Hit the spot. Talk about she's about to trim all of the subscriptions she's got. I'm with you.
Oh yeah,
I'm with you.
we're about to have a conversation in a minute about one of my subscriptions. So, yeah, put in your comments. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Look at Dr. Elo, this bad man too, folks. Check out his stream. Look, he's got Peacock for wrestling. Okay, brother, we see you.
Now, my only question for Dr. Elo is, does he like WCW, WWF, or WWE?
Oh, now we're gonna get into a religious
I
debate
don't want to
now. Okay,
just which one do you prefer, Dr. Elo? Just go ahead. Tell me which one you like the most. The throwbacks.
You better type it in, brother. We waiting for you before I go on to the next segment. So Elo, put it in there, brother. I know there's a 10-second delay on YouTube, but which there really is. But okay, the WCW all the way. I like this man.
Okay, there we go. I like him. I like you, Dr. Elo. You all right with me?
That's a good man. We'll get him on the stream here soon. All right, folks, let's go and step on over to this.
You got it? Or I got it?
I got you. Look, folks, we doing some things. We want you to be involved. Definitely your support is what continues to drive the evolution of The Lab. Follow us on all socials, The Lab Tech Show, YouTube, thelabtechshow.live. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your encouragement and your feedback. Let's continue to grow this thing. We just trying to turn this into something that's really completely focused on you, the community. So just want to always say thank you for all of your efforts. Huh?
That was all right.
It was all right. You come from radio, right? So you got timing down. I got it set for literally 23 seconds, but I can't not talk, right? I just what I do.
You know what I want to challenge? The people that watch, I would love to have you give us a voiceover. And you give us a voiceover of telling people to watch the Lab Tech Show. So put the screen up. Can you do it without the music? Can you put it up without the music? I don't know if you can or not.
Yeah, I can do. What you want to pay somebody or something? Hold on.
No,
First of all,
just-
are you digging into my Bitcoin, or you digging into my my
that's just-
PayPal? Okay, I'll put
I'm
it.
just
Hold on. I don't remember which song I was playing for that.
I don't want the music. I just want the overlay. That's it. Okay. All right, there you go. So I challenge anybody to send 30 seconds or less video. Now see, look at him, got to put his
Keep
face on the
talking.
screen.
Keep talking, man.
Golly. Okay, no.
Holy
Okay,
crap.
here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. My name is Tallboy. James Hicks is my host. We would love. What are you doing? Put the vid. Put it back
you know
on the
what?
screen.
No, you know what? Because I switched to the scene 23 seconds. All that talking that you're doing, just go ahead and do what you're doing. This is live video, folks. Go ahead.
Help me. Can you please put it on the screen again? I got 23 seconds from the time you go. 3, 2, and 1. Help me out, everybody. If you're watching the show and you like it, my name is Tallboy. His name is James Hicks. We need some help. If you can create a video in under 20 seconds, just saying follow us at this show and tell us the reason why people should follow, we would greatly appreciate it. We might even have a surprise for you. You never know. But follow us, and you make sure you tell your friends to follow us as well. But we need those videos. Come to the labtechshow@gmail.com. That's where you send the video.
Kind of like the odd couple right here. I don't know if I'm Felix or I'm Unger, but enlighten, entertain and educate. There's a lot of entertainment going right now. Folks, look, hopefully y'all enjoying this because we want the show, as always, to be entertaining. So we come correct, we come real. I don't do any post-processing. It's live right now, and it's live everywhere that on all of our social streams, bringing you the reality. So hopefully, again, you guys are enjoying the mayhem right now. EB, we see you, man. It's just what it is, man. It's what it is. And look at that. So yeah, 23 seconds because we wanted to fit into the framework. So Lisa Maria, if you could do that, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Look at Rich. Put some beats on there too, but obviously some Creative Commons. Don't give us anything that's
no audio. Just give us raw, no audio at all. We just want your voice and your voice only. That's it. Just your voice, 23 seconds. Send it to the labtechshow@gmail.com. Best if you use WeTransfer.com to send it. WeTransfer.com. Upload the video. Send it to the labtechshow@gmail.com. Okay.
Okay. Let me get some shout outs here. Alec Johnson, good man right here. I'm gonna be interviewing him in a couple of weeks. Yeah, look, this kid right here is a master when it comes to creating tutorial videos about content creation and strategy. So he's Alec, where are you, man? You're in the Philippines or Thailand? You're somewhere, and who knows what time it is right now. But we thank you for tuning in, Dr. Worthy. I saw you on JP High Tech a minute ago talking about imposter syndrome. We appreciate you, brother. I'm Felix, so that means that I think who was Felix? Wasn't he the messy one? I'll leave that alone too. Let's get into YouTube.
No, go ahead, put it up there.
Let's talk about YouTube and Vimeo, because this can be, just like the wrestling conversation. This could be a religious conversation because, again, so strong on both sides of the fence there. Oh, hold on, Alex in Thailand. So I was absolutely wrong either way. Huh.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna put up hit the spots comment because you're killing me.
I wasn't gonna put that up there because I didn't know who you was talking about.
It's a live show. She's saying I talk too much.
Okay. All right.
You rant and I talk too much. It's okay. Whatever. You got the story, man.
Let me ask folks, what do you use for uploading your content? Are you old school Vimeo? And I say that in all due respect, because Vimeo is focused on one key aspect and one key demographic, or are you YouTube? Reason I bring this up is there's a story here that was just written in Android Authority, really talking about the benefits, the values, the differentiation between the two platforms, right? If you're creating content in mass, kind of like Tallboy and I, we do a weekly show. It can be an hour long. If you're doing stuff like that in creation like that, more than likely, you're going to put it on YouTube. If you're more focused in terms of your delivery, and I say focus again in a positive connotation, if you're like an artist, you're a musician, and you're actually looking to charge people for specific streams, you're probably going to do Vimeo, because Vimeo, being a smaller organization, has the ability to actually push out your content by default at a higher bit rate. Right? YouTube is the 800-pound gorilla out there because it's free to upload content. You get to a certain point and then you can get monetized, but everyone under the sun can grab their phone, can turn on a camera, whatever, and throw some content on YouTube. That takes resources from networking, storage, computing, things like that. They make money by putting ads on your content, but again, they give you that flexibility and that ability to go live for $0. You can do that with Vimeo as well, but it's a little more controlled. You can't go as live as many times. On their free plan, you can't push out to as many platforms on their free plan on the Vimeo side as well. So Vimeo, I think, is really catered to those folks that are doing, I'm gonna say, like movies, right? Smaller producers and directors that are doing maybe short films and things like that, and they literally want to charge folks to see each of those bits of content off of the Vimeo platform. You got to get to a certain stage with YouTube before you can really start doing that inherently, right? As opposed to using something like a Buy Me a Coffee or what is it, the ticketing platform that you just acquired?
Promo ticks.
Like promo ticks, right? But you got to go to another location to charge people to see your unlisted or your private video. That's all integrated in Vimeo Premium if you pay for it. It's not cheap, but again, I always say you get what you pay for, and directly out of the Vimeo platform, you get a higher quality in terms of the overall streaming capabilities. So I used Vimeo back before I knew anything about YouTube, because Vimeo was what I was hearing folks were talking about using, and it sounded like it was fancy. So I signed up for it, but never really fully took advantage of it. Man, look at these pricing tiers, right? Plus was that $9 a month, 5 gigs a week of streaming, 250 gigs every year, only one user. You can create, you can customize your player, unlimited screen and webcam recording. Pretty cool. Step up to something like Pro, 1 terabyte a year, 3 team members. This would probably be something where we would be in, right? Just for all of the activity that we're doing. 20 gigs a week, review and approval, private team projects, customize your showcase site. So again, you're trying to set up an environment for different shows, different showcases, different events. We would probably be paying something like $24 a month for less capacity, right? A finite amount of capacity, 20 gigs a week, higher bit rate, higher quality. But for us, it just YouTube makes sense for what we're trying to do. And again, I guess we wanted to put this question out there and this story out there just so folks knew that both are still valid platforms. They just have very different use cases, and just curious to know what folks are using. Tallboy, you have used Vimeo back in the days, right?
Still using it.
Okay. Talk to us about why you are still using Vimeo when, again, you're monetized and big enough on YouTube, right, to where that could be your sole primary location.
No ads. So if you want to watch a video with no ads, I can literally send that link out to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't post a lot of videos on there, but I do post enough to where my more important ones that I want to be able to showcase to somebody and say as a highlight reel, or hey, here's a piece of my work. Here's this video. You don't have to worry about clicking on the skip ads. Now, do I use it as often as I probably should? No, I do not. I'm looking at upgrading my tier from the basic to the pro for a certain project that I'm working on that I think a lot of people will be impressed with. But like I said, the no ads is clearly, and then the other part of it is the showcases. So you can literally say all of the lab is considered a showcase. All of hit the spot shows are considered a showcase. So you can literally just say it's no different from a playlist, but it's no ads.
Yeah.
And I think, people, we're dealing with people who don't want to watch commercials. It is frustrating as God knows what when you're watching a video and right when it gets to the good part,
yes,
the commercial come on. Now, I want the commercials so I can get paid, but if you're trying to show this to a client, it can be kind of disrespectful.
Yeah.
So the other good thing, or the other part that I wanted to highlight over here is, you got the quality. And I don't know if you really hit on that. With the streaming quality means the compression. It takes YouTube is about quantity. You'll find tons of videos watched by tons of viewers. With the rise in quantity comes a dip in quality. Unfortunately, this is to say that creators on YouTube are putting out world-class content, often as good or better than what's on Vimeo, but many of them are. You just never know. But YouTube has to manage all of the content on a technical level. Basically, it takes the quality takes a hit to manage all of that content without taking forever on the user's end. And basically, because Vimeo charges to put on their compression quality is a little bit better. And I think the other part that I wanted you to really hit on is the privacy. Basically, if you're looking to share your videos far and wide, privacy might not be the top priority for you. And YouTube's huge user base will appeal. Basically, over 2 billion unique users logged in per month versus the 170 million on Vimeo. With a bigger user base, YouTube offers 3 levels of privacy on your videos: public, private, or unlisted. that means you can control who sees your videos to a degree. And basically, Vimeo lets you control privacy with much more precision, where you can leave a video public, make it password protected, and offer it only to your subscribers, or limit viewership to a specific accounts you select yourself. So if you only want somebody to watch it, you can literally password protect your videos on Vimeo.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think those are some key things. And then also the video on demand, you can charge people to watch your content. So you can say, hey, I'm a short filmmaker. I am an artist and I want people to watch subscription based video on demand. And if the content is good, you can say subscribe for $5.99 a month. You can't do that on YouTube.
That's
So
true.
I think
Well,
those are.
you can't do it inherently, right? You got to go around. It's very kludgy, right? But yeah, you're right. It's a lot cleaner in Vimeo.
Right. So
Yeah.
these are things that are important to me when it comes to, and I think I'm going to start using it a little bit more with some of
Okay.
my other projects. I think for what we use the show for, this is YouTube is our platform.
Yeah.
Just flat out.
Yeah.
It's our platform. We want to build a following on YouTube. Yes, we would love to be on a lot of other platforms, but you have to, for advertising sakes and not trying to pass the buck on to the viewer, we have to be able to pass it to the advertiser, shall we say, and they want to see numbers.
Yep.
So even though this show is doing great and we have a few people watching today, they'll watch some of the micro content, but we have to build the following here so then we can take that content to, let's just say, a J5 Create or a Fledgling or whoever. They want to see numbers, and when they see those numbers, they'll pay.
Look at you telling all of the business plan. That's what we're doing, folks. Hopefully,
well, we're not asking you to. We're just saying support us if you like the content by going to buy me a coffee. We're not saying go to Cash App or hit the super thanks or. Well, I mean, we would love that, but we don't have the 1,000 followers yet to be able to do that. So we found a platform to say if you like the content, you can put the buy me a coffee page up on the screen, James, as a shameless plug, and you can say, hey, support us. But for the most part, we're not asking you guys to support us financially on a weekly or a monthly basis with a subscription. We're literally saying, hey, if you like it, just watch, tell a friend. But
tell
when you go over
somebody.
to Vimeo, but when you go over to Vimeo, unfortunately,
If you want to watch, you're gonna have to pay.
yeah, you gotta pay.
I love it. It's all good. It's all good. What we got? We got one more story, and this one is
Your baby.
well,
Save the best for last.
it is. Shouts out to who I think is the best creator. We've hinted at it already. The best creator for hardware for content creators, photographers, videographers, whatever. We already talked about them being on the floor. Minute Maid. Hold on, I'm gonna make an overlay for our new Minute Maid sponsorship whenever we get that.
Go ahead, keep going, man.
What kind of camera are you using?
Sony.
Okay.
I was Team Canon until about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Straight up, I was Team Canon. It literally was a Nikon versus Canon.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't care anything about Nikon, Canon. And then I saw those mirrorless cameras with Sony.
Next thing you know, huh?
You can literally send the photos right from the camera to the phone, and the people are amazed when you take a photo and you can literally download the photo from the camera and you text it to them, and they're still at the event and they're like, oh my God. But go ahead.
That's true. Look, at the end of the day, folks, it's all about quality. It's all about having the right gear. Sony has come out with another. So I asked you what camera you're using. I'm using Sony as well, the A6400 with some 16 millimeter lens on here. So we got the right infrastructure in place. Sony just announced yesterday their next evolution in the vlogging camera family, in the ZV family. A lot of folks have the ZV-1, which is a great little camera as well, right? Incredibly portable, all in one. It has the built-in lens. It does what it does. It has something called product showcase mode, which is great for like when we're doing a product demo, right? We put it up on the screen and it automatically quickly focuses on that. ingenious, right? It's got very fast autofocus. It's got X, Y, and Z, right? All these capabilities. But again, it's got that one lens, and that's a limiting factor. This ZV-E10 that just came out yesterday has all of the pluses and none of the negatives. It has the interchangeable lens capability as well. So think about Sony cameras, full frame or crop lens, E-mount lenses. Think about all of the other folks that make E-lenses as well. Samyang, Tamron, Sigma for Sony lenses. All of those E-mount lenses will now also fit on this new ZV-E10. This is definitely the way to go. Pricing is in line with what we were hoping for as users. It's literally $700 and some for this lens. So pricing didn't really go up, but you got the capability. You still get the 11 frames per second if you're doing continuous photo shooting, which is amazing as well. That's almost up in the DSLR range. But for mirrorlesses are actually faster. So this is actually a really good number to have, 11 frames per second for continuous shooting as you're taking regular photos. But from a content creator's perspective, this little guy right here has USB live streaming integrated into it. So you just plug a USB cable into it, plug it into your laptop, your Mac Mini, your desktop or whatever. Yeah, it's not the same high quality as if you had a video capture card like a lot of us content creators do. But again, being mobile, being out on the street and having this little guy out there with you and creating content, all you really need is a USB-C connection connected to the phone or connected to the camera and connected to your laptop. What I'm liking about it also is the fact that the fold out here for the lens right here, for the viewfinder, because again, you think about it, you're creating content. If you got it looking at you, instead of it folding only up on top of the camera, and just kind of picture that, right? This actually will fold out so you can see yourself if you're taking a selfie or you're doing a one-on-one conversation and you're filming that. So they think about that, the fact that screen will actually change color as you're filming. So I don't know if they've got an image of that here. Yeah, so the viewfinder will actually turn red while you're recording, so you know when you are literally recording. So little things like that have been made into this camera. It's got a lot of pro features built in, so not everyone is going to use these, but again, the HLG and the S-Log3, just being able to have different camera profiles, different picture profiles and picture settings, so you can do a lot of things in camera before having to take them out and do post-processing. Right, so that's pretty much what that's saying. You can do a lot of advanced processing of your images, photos in the camera before you even put them into a Photoshop or a Lightroom or that kind of thing. So I'm excited about this. It was again released yesterday. It is available again. Look at that, $698, coming in black or white. So shouts out to the multicolor. You can match your environment. You can get it with the kit lens, a 16 to 50 millimeter lens. It's a decent lens too. Right, so get that 16 to 50 millimeter lens if you don't already have one. But just think about it again, buy the body only. And if you already have lenses that are E-mount Sony, my God, this is a game changer too. This is on par with the JVA06 in terms of game changers. I'm gonna be pairing this with the JVA06, and I'm actually gonna get a Tamron 10 to 16 millimeter lens, 2.8. So nice blurry bokeh, and I'm gonna put that on a slider and a jib here in the studio. So when this actually ships, it's gonna be dope, and I'm excited. It comes with the larger battery capability as well, so you can definitely get much longer utilization from video and photo capability. There's nothing that I see that is a negative about this. Again, if you haven't bought a camera yet, and if you're looking to do video content creation, Sony is the way to go. I'm sorry. Look, Canon is okay. Nikon, not okay. Pentax is old school. Micro Four Thirds, don't do it. Continuous video shooting, high quality, you want to go Sony. They started the whole thing anyway. They just came out with this new product. Folks, go ahead and get your Sony. We are not affiliates with B&H. Actually, I just think about it. I am an affiliate with B&H. I had to put my affiliate code. we're not getting paid off of this endorsement. I'm just going to say that this is the way to go. If you haven't bought a camera, even if you bought a camera already, just think about this as a backup, as a secondary device. Oh boy, I can see this in your studio as, again, just another angle for you. We can start getting rid of these standard webcams that we're using for additional angles. Get something like this ZV-E10. Talk to me, brother. I talked for 7 minutes. I need a drink.
I'm gonna let you have it. Right now, I have I don't have bandwidth to deal with that right now.
You don't have
I love this. I love the camera, but I mean, this year I told myself no more hardware. I actually got hardware for my birthday, and I'm playing with it. So with the Osmo Pocket. But yes, this is awesome. If you don't have a camera, or if you're looking for a new camera, I mean, moms, grandmas, anybody can pretty much use this camera. Some of the other cameras are okay, but the fact that you have that flip out viewfinder, you can do slow motion with it. The current cameras that we have, you have to do slow motion in the post production. You can do the slow mo with this camera by just hitting a button, if I'm correct, the way I received it. So
yeah, the S and Q button is just right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Alec, look here. Did you pre-order yours already, brother? Go ahead and get you one, man. Go ahead and get you one.
So for you, this is great. I would love to get it, but right now cameras are not my focus. But I know for you, the live streaming capability, the fact that you can go to an event, wedding, party, birthday party, whatever, this would be great for you to be able to, really impress the people that are out there. And you don't have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have to be an expert with this type of camera.
Yes, good point.
And you can put it right in the autofocus mode or in the automatic mode, and you're good. You don't have to have the manual settings. Now, I always tell people the camera body is great, but the real picture quality is going to come with your glass and you knowing how to shoot. But if you just want to pull it right out of the box and get it, and as long as you don't have the shaky hand, you're good to go.
That's true, and that would help with answering this one of these questions here from Rich, right? The A6400 or any the A6 series is right. There's a 5000, there's a 6000, 61, 64, 66. In-body image stabilization, like Tallboy was saying, with the A6X series, it's not part of the ZV-E10. But again,
so make sure you break that down real quick, because he does not. Some people may not understand that.
Right. So there are in the camera body in and of itself, talking about how he was talking about camera shake and things of that nature. The cameras that have in-body image stabilization can alleviate for any movement that you're doing. Look, we can't be still, right? If you drink too much coffee and you're shaking your camera and you're trying to take a clear picture, I'm gonna make it plain. That's what my pastor always used to say, right? Right. And if you have a camera that has in-body image stabilization, it'll correct for all of that. If your camera doesn't have in-body image stabilization and you get a lens that has that, it's okay, but it's not as good. Right, so the A6400, A6600 have in-body, and a lot of the Sony glass has stabilization as well. So the lens and the body. So you're doubly corrected. The ZV-E10 does not have the in-body image stabilization for the camera in and of itself. It'll only be in the particular lenses that you get. So you want to make sure that you probably spend that extra 50, 75, whatever the amount of money it is for the stabilization properties within the lens itself. The other positive of the ZV-E10 is that product showcase mode. Again, talking to us content creators, and kind of like the example that I gave. If I'm trying to demo something and I want you to see this image clearly, instead of me covering my eyes so it zooms in clear, that thing will automatically zoom in on your eye, an animal's eye, a product that you put in front of the lens, and it's so darn fast that just speaks for itself as well. So those are the two caveats. Rich, if you haven't bought a camera yet, and if you're looking to pull the trigger on something, go ahead and pre-order the ZV-E10. Just that's going to be the route to go. Just moving forward, the body size as well. It's so small and compact. Literally, you can put it in your backpack, and it won't be very bulky or anything like that as compared to some of the other ones. But it's mirrorless, so it's not going to be huge like a big DSLR camera. But I'm telling folks who haven't made a purchase yet, looking for a camera for photo and or especially video, always Sony. But now the ZV-E10, brother, it's a no brainer. There's no contest. Everything else out there is just cute. This is the real deal, Holyfield, right here.
I think for me, and I'm going to keep it real brief. I was just looking to just get bodies, the Sony bodies in house, so I can use it for live streaming. If I would have waited and did not get those cameras, would the live streaming probably have happened? Probably not. But because I knew that we were in a pandemic and it was like, hey, we have one Sony, let's see if we can get a second one. I have my Canons. If I would have waited, I would say hands down, I'm jumping on this today. But because I already have the bodies in house, I'm willing to sell mine. And if I make some money off of the old ones for someone who wants it, by all means, then I'll go back and go get it. But I'm not going to go and say I'm going to have a sixth camera in the house. That's not going to happen for me. So, but if you're looking for a camera, you have the budget for the camera. This definitely, for the price point of $800, I mean, you're not going to beat that. What is it, $698, $798? I mean,
yeah, it's $700 for the body, and then
you're not going to beat that. Or Canon, Nikon, or Sony, you're not going to beat a camera that does that, because most cameras are coming out of the box full frame at around $2,000. So for you to get something under $1,000, it's just like talking like cell phones.
Then go spend that money, folks. Don't be afraid to keep the economy going. Go spend that money. All right, brother, we did it. Huh?
Hey, man, I love it.
How you feel?
Hey, I feel great, man. JBA06, J5 Create, y'all are the MVPs for this week for me. I just need to figure it out. That's it. Once I figure it out, and I can bring that capture card or live streaming device into my vMix, and I can be out in the field, and James can run whatever he needs to run, or some Robert Shalala Productions can do some stuff for me in Boston, and I can be out in the field. Man, y'all might be the MVP of 2020.
Love it. I love it. So appreciate them.
Watch those Olympics.
Watch the Olympics. Y'all be good. Take care of yourself. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support. Like, follow, subscribe, share. We out. This is.
Tell them we need the video. We need the video.
We need
23 seconds. 23 seconds or less. No music underneath it. Just your voice. Go to the lab. Email it to the labtechshow@gmail.com. Did I get it right? The labtechshow@gmail. Do not send the video via the Gmail or from your email account. You have to use WeTransfer.com and email to the labtechshow@gmail.com. 23 seconds or less, no music.
I'm done. We out.